Hello, my friends. I'm sure you're aware of all the Amber and Emily stuff going on, all the drama, but just as a quick refresher, the catalyst that started the whole thing was this post by Emily on Instagram that was just very heartfelt and talking about how she's so sad and she misses somebody, you know. And then when you get to the bottom, it says, "I miss you, Colleen." So I can only imagine Amber's reading that just with a smile on her face and so smitten and smug, thinking about all the things she's gonna say to Emily when she stops reading this. She's gonna call her. And then she sees Colleen. You know, she shit a brick. You know, she was just so mad in that moment. After that happened, Amber went on Instagram to do a Q&A, and we're just gonna go over the questions and her responses. And there's a theme through a lot of this, and that is just relationships in general and friendships. And I think Amber just really doesn't get that she's the common denominator. She just keeps saying, "I just keep getting bad relationships. It's just the luck of the draw. I don't know why, I just keep getting bad ones." Like, no, girl, you're the reason they're bad. But let's see what she has to say about all these. This one says, "Are you talking to anyone right now?"
No, I'm done with relationships. I am going to be single for the rest of my life.
First of all, no, you're not. There's no way. As soon as somebody shows her some attention, she's gonna jump on that and run with it, you know? She can't not be in a relationship. Because once her mom probably gets tired of her and tired of taking her everywhere all the time, she's gonna need a caretaker. She's gonna need somebody to drive her around and do everything she can't do. So yeah, she can say that all she wants, but we know that's not true. So this one says, "Are you upset and or confused? Tommy is talking about you on her post comments." Now, before we continue, I'm gonna show you some of those. And then somebody comments about her having BPD, and Emily says, "Wow, thank you for sharing that with me. When the BPD got brought up initially, I also had the mentality of convincing myself I can handle it because of my professional background." Remember, Emily is a psych nurse, or was at least. "It's very different on a personal level, especially when you're already in a vulnerable state, especially when there's a strong pattern of skilled manipulation involved." Now, you know Amber read that, and you know she was not happy about that. But this was my favorite. Somebody asked, did she actually get diagnosed with BPD? And Emily says, "I can't say for certain whether she had been formally diagnosed or not. What I can confirm is that she had multiple different appointments scheduled that she never went through with." That is a pattern of behavior that we've heard about Amberlynn forever. Beck talked about it. Beanbag in a Curry has a whole video from a couple months ago showing several times where she has said she has an appointment and then has an excuse for not going.
I'm anxiously awaiting this appointment. I really am. I need to see someone, and this is someone who specializes in people like me. My appointment is actually tomorrow, and it's coming up, and I'm getting more nervous as the days go on. So I also want to talk about something else, which is kind of embarrassing, and I feel rather ashamed. From swelling so much as of lately, I actually can't fit in the car right now. I can't get the door to close, so I wasn't even able to go to my appointment yesterday. I rescheduled it. I didn't just do a no-show, I rescheduled it. So it is scheduled for another time, and I'm just gonna work towards unswelling my body. I have an appointment with a weight loss surgeon, so I am pretty nervous for that, I must admit, but we're just gonna see how it goes and what they have to say. I haven't like officially decided if I'm getting weight loss surgery or not. It's more so just like something I want to look into, and I think instead of me doing research online, I think I should just talk to like a well-known weight loss surgeon. I want to talk about, first thing, I was supposed to have my appointment yesterday with the weight loss surgeon. That appointment was canceled, so very unfortunate.
It's been going on forever. So yeah, there is a good chance, probably 90% chance, that Amberlynn has not been formally diagnosed with BPD. And she's just kind of making it up as she goes. So somebody asked, "Are you upset about the comments that Emily made?"
Oh, for sure, because that's not the stuff she was saying to me 3 nights ago.
You know, and it's so funny because during the live stream where she was taking that narcissist test, or the, you know, reading all the signs and symptoms of being a narcissist, one of them was being petty. And Amberlynn was like, "I'm just not a petty person."
I'm not a petty person, I wouldn't say.
This would say otherwise. But I just think it's so funny. That's not what she was saying to me 3 nights ago. Like, I just don't buy it, man. I just don't believe they talked 3 nights ago. And even if they did, I really doubt that Emily was like whispering sweet nothings or anything like that. It's been a while since, you know, she said anything nice about Amber. I think it's pretty obvious Emily doesn't want anything to do with Amber, because since they broke up or since that whole thing happened, Emily has had nothing good to say about Amber. And up until now, she hasn't had anything to say about her, but still. So this one says, what's your weight? This is where we find out that she is coming back to YouTube and she's working on a schedule for YouTube, which the every other day thing didn't last. It lasted longer than I thought, but here we go.
So during my YouTube break, I am actually coming up with a whole YouTube schedule, and that is going to be in there somewhere.
Wait, what? She's going to be talking about her weight on her YouTube channel? Times they are a-changin'. Oh my God. This one says, do you like Chapel Roan? And I'm assuming that Chapel Roan probably was some sort of thing that Emily and Amber shared.
So I will literally never be able to listen to Chapel Roan ever again, because music for me holds so many memories. So it's all tainted. So much wonderful music is now completely tainted for me.
I mean, I get that. I can absolutely understand that. You know, there are songs that, you know, you hear and it brings up certain memories, and I'm not gonna say that's stupid or weird. So this, I'll give her, because like her or not, and I don't, but she is absolutely going through it right now. Deservedly so, don't get me wrong, she deserves all of this. But the fact of the matter is she is going through it right now. She's got so much going on with Emily coming at her, Beck coming at her, the washcloth gate, wipe gate thing. So yeah, I mean, it's gotta suck to be her right now. So I can absolutely understand that being an issue. Listening to the music that brings up the memories that she and Emily shared, and now Emily's just being like, ow. So no, I'll give her that one. Okay, now this is a great one. Girl, are you gonna dish out any tea on Tommy now? The only thing she really could dish out for Emily would be that she's a feeder. And everybody knows that already, you know? So I just don't think there's anything that Amber could provide that would be all that interesting. But that's not what she's gonna say.
I genuinely, from the depth of my soul, am not that type of person. But it seems like I keep getting mixed up with the wrong fucking people. Like, I'm just done. Like, I don't want any friends. I don't want any girlfriends. Nothing. I'm done with everyone and everything.
She is really out here claiming she is just not the type of person who would spill tea. Obviously, that's really stupid. That's a stupid thing for her to say. Because the only reason she would ever hold back, if she had real tea, the only reason she would hold back is to save herself, is to make sure that whoever she's spilling the tea on doesn't spill back. You know what I mean? Doesn't also come out with their own tea. Because you know everybody else's tea is much hotter than Amber's, you know? So no, I just don't think she has anything. Because if she did, she absolutely would share it. Because you know, the funny thing is, Alexis has come out and spilled lots of tea and talked about Amber a lot, with seemingly no fear of retribution. Because I think she knows that Amber doesn't have anything. But Amber will say, I've got so much stuff I could tell you about Alexis. Oh my God, you guys. But Alexis isn't afraid of that at all. So, do you really? And this is just sort of a continuation of that last question.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. And it's like, I think the craziest part is like that was in response to me saying that I miss her. I didn't even say anything bad about her. I've never said anything bad about her. I have stuck by her side. I have stuck up for her. I have lied for her. I have been there for her.
Man, this is manipulation at its core, right? I have never said anything bad about her. Girl, that's not how manipulation works. Emily's not saying you said bad things about her. She's saying you were manipulative and narcissistic, probably. So you saying, I've never said anything bad about her. Yeah, we know. That's probably the problem, right? That you were so enamored and so infatuated that you will do whatever it takes to get your way and to get her to do what you want. I mean, I am absolutely convinced that Amber was originally supposed to just go visit for a little bit and brought all of her clothes, her makeup, her animals, and all this stuff like she's gonna move in. And when she showed up, I think Emily was like, what the fuck? Why do you have all this stuff? You're only supposed to be here for a week, you know? I'm absolutely convinced that Amber was planning on moving in, whether Emily liked it or not, or wanted her to or not. But yeah, I think it's funny that that's her takeaway from all this, is that Emily is saying I'm manipulative and, you know, saying I'm not a good person, but I didn't say anything bad about her. Yeah, you don't have to say something bad about somebody to manipulate them. So Amber is claiming that this all started because of this, where somebody asked, do you miss Tommy? And she said, I do. But I call bullshit on that. I think Amber is constantly trying to get a hold of Emily, constantly bothering her, constantly trying to get her back, because you know she can't just let it go. And we know, at least we can assume that that's true, because Apathetic Facts actually posted earlier saying that she got leaked some DMs from Emily, basically saying that Amber is blowing up Emily's phone with a fake number, and was because she was upset about the Colleen post. I was cracking up when it said she's upset because she thought the Colleen post was about her until she got to the end. That's awesome. So no, I think Amber has been bugging the ever-loving shit out of Emily since they broke up, and I think Emily's sick of it.
But Amberlynn's just a master manipulator. I'm just the fucking wizard of manipulation. I'm going to be the professor at the manipulation college. Like, what the fuck ever.
Honestly, going to extremes like that and making a joke out of it by making it so extreme and saying, oh, I'm just a master manipulator, and exaggerating like that is a common manipulation tactic. Yes, you are, like, whether you mean to or not, it's just kind of in your DNA. You are a master manipulator. It's basically the only thing she's good at. You manipulate people to get them to do what you want all the time. It's just part of your personality. That's who you are. You may not even realize you're doing it. And that's what makes you a narcissist. Now, here we go. How are you feeling? I hope you're okay. I mean, whatever. But no joke. I mean, I get that she is going through it right now, but it is a satisfying spiral. I don't know about you guys.
So answering this question completely honestly and transparent, I feel broken. I feel lost. I feel hurt. I feel confused. I feel like I don't know what to do with my life. I feel like I don't know who I am. And I don't know. I just want to feel better. I want to be better. And I just feel like everything is just a lot.
So if you ever wonder what happens when a narcissist loses control of the narrative, Exhibit A. She has been thrown into chaos. For forever, she's been able to write the narrative as far as what happened with Beck and all of her relationships and stuff, and make it seem so perfect and so wonderful. And then whenever they end, she can then say it was mutual.
Feline and I have broken up. It was mutual. I realized a few days ago that this isn't mutual anymore.
I love how she throws that little anymore in there, because it was really mutual to begin with, you guys, for real.
Not at all. I would give anything to be with Feline again. Anything. Like, I would have our worst day over every single day for the rest of my life if that meant I got to spend it with her.
She's even saying she broke up with Feline now.
Why are you always the one getting broken up with? I'm not always, no. Like, I broke up with Feline, which I already told you guys about that, and then it was me. I looked over at her and I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And she agreed, so that's what, like, made it mutual.
And she agreed? That's what, like, made it mutual? So she's able to twist the narrative however she wants, because generally people have never spoken out. People have never actually come forward and said anything. When Destiny originally did, Amber freaked out and called her while she was on a live stream. And that's where we got the...
You're obsessed with Karina Kaboom, who literally twists everything that I say.
What's wrong with Karina Kaboom? She's a nice lady.
Amber found out that Destiny had been spilling tea, which honestly, Destiny's tea was some tea, but it wasn't like groundbreaking. It wasn't earth-shattering like Bex was. So Amber couldn't handle it. So she called Destiny and was like, I'm gonna set the record straight. You know, she just can't handle not being in control of the narrative. And now it's coming from every direction. And so she just can't control it. And so now she is losing it. This one says, this is actually effing sad the way people are making you feel. Heart, so unfair. No, friend, it is not unfair. This is way overdue, right? This is a long time coming, and it's really kind of satisfying to see Amberlynn reap what she's been sowing for so long.
I know it's a lot easier said than done, but I know that I will be okay one day. I know that, like, this is just a bump in the road. It's just a fleeting moment. It's a very long fleeting moment, but I know that I'll be okay. And I just want to say, I thank you guys so much for all the support lately. It's meant more to me than you know.
I want to know what Amberlynn thinks this fleeting moment is, right? She's like, oh, this is just a bump in the road. What is just a bump in the road? Her perspective is people being mean to me and lying about me and treating me badly is just a bump in the road. When what's actually happening is she's being exposed for being as horrible as everybody has always thought she was. But now there's evidence. It's finally being backed up and corroborated. So I would love for her to explain what the bump in the road is, because I guarantee what she thinks the bump in the road is, or the fleeting moment, is not what we think it is and is not what it actually is. This one's stupid. You are undoubtedly one of the strongest people on this earth. Don't forget it. Who the hell? Who does this? Who is such a fan of Amberlynn that they would come and say something like this? I'm gonna guess it's somebody who either has never seen Amberlynn from, you know, the Beck era. And something interesting too is she hasn't been showing a lot of the narcissistic tendencies with her significant others lately because they haven't been on camera lately, right? Somebody said we keep showing clips from basically a few years ago, like the Beck era, because that's where we can see most of the narcissistic tendencies and behavior. The reason she hasn't been doing it lately is because her significant others have not been on camera. She hasn't been able to show it.
Stuff like this genuinely makes me want to cry. I think I'm just trying to be strong. Maybe I'm trying to just like fake it till I make it type of deal. Because how I feel is, it's unmatched. And it's like, I can't stop crying.
Again, this is the face of a narcissist who is being called out and has lost control of the narrative. That's all this is.
I literally can't stop crying. I don't know how my makeup's on. I don't know how it looks so good because all I do is cry. Like, my face is swollen. Like, I just look like a wreck. Like,
you know, one of the signs and symptoms of a narcissist that Amberlynn went through on her little narcissist test was being preoccupied with physical appearance.
Women with NPD are more likely to be preoccupied with physical appearance. We all know that ain't me because I'm fat as hell.
Isn't it funny how she's talking about her emotions? She's talking about how sad she is, but she has to bring up her makeup. She has to bring up how she looks.
like I saw my mom last night and she was like, Amberlynn, I have never seen you so depressed. And it just like broke my heart really, because like as a mother, I imagine that's like really hard to see, but like,
what a weird thing to say, right? As a mother, it's gotta be so hard to see me like this. I don't know, man. That's just, isn't that weird? Would you say it was so hard for my mom to see me like this? I don't know. Maybe that's normal, but that sounded weird to me.
I'm really not that strong. I guess I try to be, but like, I'm emotional, I'm sensitive, I'm a softie. Like, and it's just like everything's a lot. It really is.
Yeah, she's emotional. And when she says she's a softie, what she's saying is that I let things get to me and it's just, I get hurt really easily. But it's just that she can't take criticism. That's what's actually happening. Okay, this one says, how has all the friendship and relationship betrayal affected you really? I feel so bad for you. And again, this is where Amberlynn is just never ever able to connect the dots, that there is a common denominator, right? She keeps having terrible relationships. If you keep having terrible relationships, the problem might be you.
So growing up, I was taught, like, don't trust anyone. Like, especially because of the life that I grew up in.
Gotta shade her mom.
And I think that just, like, recently, in the last, like, few years, it has validated, like, don't trust anyone.
What? I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, that's crazy. Like, does she not realize that that's a her problem? Most people, the vast majority of people can trust people, right? Can trust at least their loved ones, right? Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of shitheads out there. You know, don't just trust everybody. But saying don't trust anybody, that's not just normal experience. Most people can find people they can trust.
No matter all of the pillow talks, the sweet nothings whispered into your ear, how much people can make you believe that you can trust them, don't do it.
Wait, you mean to tell me that when you meet somebody online, some random stranger who is into feeder content, obviously, you mean to tell me that that person, after knowing them for a few months, turned out to be not your soulmate? Well, butter my biscuits. Cut my legs off and call me shorty.
Because you can't. You can't trust anyone.
No, you can't trust anyone. This one says, how don't you go insane over all the hate you get? Is this a kind of superpower? Whoever asked that question, I am not impressed, friend. I think we need to have a talk. It's not hate. It's criticism and it's being called out for horrible, terrible behavior.
That made me giggle. Thank you for that. Is it a superpower? Maybe.
This is a great opportunity for her to play the victim, right? And remember, she's picking these questions. Keep that in mind. She gets to pick every question that she answers.
I don't really know. I think that I disassociate a bit. I cry a bit. Try to block it out a bit. And I fake it till I make it a bit.
Disassociating is her new favorite word. That is starting to kind of take over her vocabulary when it comes to mental health. But yeah, no, she's a hero, guys. She is such a hero for making it through all the hate.
But thank you for the compliment.
This one says, why did you change therapist? Because they clocked you as NPD? No, she didn't go to a therapist, bro.
No, because I'm going to be doing DBT therapy. And DBT therapy is actually made by someone with borderline personality disorder for people with borderline personality disorder. So
now that is true, right? So she has read about DBT therapy. But in my video where I went over the self-diagnoses of Amberlynn Reed, I had received an email from somebody who has done DBT therapy, and it is a long, difficult process. It is a year-long treatment program that is really, really difficult. And there's no way on earth Amberlynn will ever complete something like that. She's too lazy. She's too obsessed with like instant gratification. So no, there's no way she'll ever do that. Now, could she be starting it? I mean, maybe. I think it's far more likely that she just read about it and is just saying she's doing it. Because again, there's no way on earth she's actually going to go through with that. Whether she knows that or not.
So I'm actually genuinely so freaking excited, and I'm gonna tell you guys more about that in my new YouTube schedule coming up, which I'll let you guys know more about that soon too.
And I guarantee you as she goes through her DBT therapy, she's going to be talking about how great it is, and I'm having such a great time with it, and it's working so well. When she should be coming on here going like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, this is so difficult. I've never done anything this difficult in my life, because she doesn't really know what it is. She just kind of reads about it and kind of pretends. This one says, are the member live streams still going to happen despite your YouTube break?
Yes, absolutely. I do not want to let my stream queens down. So I will still be doing my live on Tuesday night. So if you guys have not joined that, you definitely need to do that. Become a stream queen, go to my channel, click the join button, and we're gonna be going live on Tuesday night.
Well, unfortunately, that means she's probably gonna get a lot more members because, I mean, she's taking a break from YouTube. So, and the crazy thing is, she will probably be able to take a long break if she keeps doing the members lives, because she probably makes a lot of money doing those. And she's just going to get more and more members because she's not posting anything for free, which sucks. But I don't know, man. I really did not want to join. If that's all she's going to put out, I may have to. Actually, you know what? At least for now, I'm just going to stick with going through the Beck era and just kind of see where we go from there. This one, ugh. No questions, you're gorgeous and hot AF. That's all. And this person is, they think they're doing something nice, right? They think they're just being sweet, but they're not. They're not helping.
Well, thank you. And even though I'm actually now single as fuck, I plan on literally being single forever. I'm gonna be one of the
okay.
Old women with the cats and the chihuahua and just like living my own life over here, watching Big Brother on this in the summertime, Grey's Anatomy in the fall.
Good luck with that. Staying single.
Like, that's gonna be my life.
And then the last question says, are you high or drunk? Which, she can say no all she wants, but we know she is.
Nope, absolutely sober. I have not done Delta 8 since I got COVID. I'm too scared now because of my lungs. I will say my breathing is a lot better now. But
there are gummies. I mean, you can just get gummies and then you don't have to worry about your lungs at all. And she would love that because it's something you get to eat.
I was thinking about having a little drinky drink. I haven't had a little drinky drink since the beginning of January. I might do it on my live stream this Tuesday. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Okay, it's not a promise.
So I just thought that would be interesting to see what she had to say about all this. I mean, what can you say? She is spiraling. She clearly just can't handle being called out and being debunked. And when evidence comes out and enough people come out to corroborate all of the terrible behavior, she can't lie her way out of it. She got backed into a corner. She tried attacking, and that clearly didn't work. And so this is what you get. You get somebody who has no idea how to handle something like this. Unfortunately, I think her member lives are going to keep her going for a while. So it may be a little while before we actually get to see like regular YouTube videos from her. But in the meantime, I'm going to be covering the Beck era, and we're going to start at the beginning and just work our way through and see if we find any red flags. So it'll be interesting. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.